These homes over my shoulder, only 1 or 2 a year come up for sale on the golf course. Golf course living here is very popular and highly coveted. I mean, if you lived on an Arnold Palmer designed golf course and you were 5 minutes from I-25, Target, retail, restaurants, coffee shops, the library, the Performing Arts Center, would you have any reason to put your house up for sale? That's kind of how the people around here feel. Not to mention they're just a couple more minutes away from top-notch world-class retail and the well-loved Costco. Hey everybody, it's Alyson with Live South Denver, your real estate strategist and realtor for the South Denver area. Over my shoulder, you are looking at a morning view of the Lone Tree Golf Course, and the homes behind me are in the neighborhood called the Fairways. The Lone Tree Golf Course winds all throughout Lone Tree and is a centerpiece to the lifestyle here. Not just for those who golf, but for those who love to walk along the course and really enjoy the views, the open space, the year-round greenery. There are areas of Lone Tree that are highly walkable. There are these areas that are all golf course related. So we are going to break down Lone Tree into lifestyle areas. So this week is all about golf. Let's go. We are on the golf course over kind of in the general area of Lone Tree that I shared with you before we did the Lone Tree overview. So these homes over here on the golf course really don't come up for sale all that often, but in the last year we've had 3 come up for sale. Now that is pretty good, but it happens to be, I think, a lot more to do with the fact that there was a lot of profit to be made after the pandemic when home prices soared. So I haven't seen any come up for sale here in 2023. And with the market softening, I think we could actually go another year or 2 before anyone is incredibly motivated to sell one of these fantastic properties. Of the 3 that were on the golf course last year that sold, the prices ranged from a little over 1.2 all the way up to $1.8 million. These really are lovely, large, majestic homes with fantastic views here on the course. Now in this Lone Tree area in general, if you're okay just being a little bit closer to the course, having the opportunity to come walk along it, be among these mature trees, have homes that are a little bit older with some character, then you can certainly have something that's a little bit more palatable in price that is not $1.8 million. Homes in this area typically run 3,000 to 5,400 square feet. You'll definitely find outliers, a little smaller, a little bigger. Most homes have 3-car garages in here, which is really nice. Most people prefer that, especially if they're coming to Colorado to live that lifestyle. They want to have kayaks and paddle boards and bikes and skis, all of that good stuff. Lot sizes are pretty good overall around here. The median lot size is running 0.2 acres. The homes are built mid-80s into the 90s, so you definitely get some of those mid-80 quirks. But as you know, everything comes around. So there's a lot within that style that is kind of re-emerging and can be repurposed into something that's pretty nice, has some good character, that's becoming popular again. Now, even among this larger general Lone Tree area, last year only 16 homes sold in here. So there is not a ton of turnover. If you like this area, it can be a little bit challenging to get something in here. It is very popular and not a lot of people leave once they get in. The average sales price in here last year was $890,000 for an average size home of 4,000 square feet. But the range was definitely wider than that. We saw $620,000 up to the $1.8 million for that home on the golf course. Hey, we have popped over to the Fairways, which is the neighborhood we saw right at the intro. We are on the front side. You already got to see the beautiful backyards of these golf course homes. I thought I would show you the front of them. So the Fairways is a really lovely golf community. There are plenty of homes that are not on the course. We are actually walking the street that does back to the golf course, so you can get a little glimpse of the homes here that do face to the course and see kind of, are they your flavor? Do you like what they look like? Homes that do back to the course sell actually less often than even the ones over in kind of the Lone Tree general area. Right now, active, there's only 1 townhome. So yes, there are townhomes over in the Fairways community. As far as homes, there was 1 home sold last year, 1 home that sold the year before, a couple years gap with no sales, and then a home that sold the year before that, a couple years of gap with no home sales. So they seem to just come and go periodically. The homes in here have really good lot sizes. They're running 0.23 acres, so good lot size, 2,000 to 6,000 square feet as a range. The average price is $960,000, not for one of these on the course. Average size, 4,100 square feet. The price range, $615,000 to $1.4 million. The $615,000 is going to be one of those smaller 2,000 square foot homes, and the $1.4 million is obviously one of these larger, nicer homes. But remember, nothing on the course has sold in the last year, so that is not if you're facing something beautiful, open space, green space. It would be more than that in today's dollars. Now remember, I mentioned they do have townhomes in here. So townhome, golf course, lifestyle, low maintenance. The average price on those is $610,000. The price range is more like $525,000 to $650,000. Those are a good size. They're running 2,600 square feet for an average size. On the small end, they're about 2,000 square feet, larger in 3,500 square feet. So really large ones if you wanted something bigger. Everything in here is built from like 1994 to 2000, and most of the properties have a 2-car garage on the smaller end. You'll find a lot of 3-car garages, particularly for these larger single-family homes. Now, more than just the few homes that we're talking about on the golf course did sell in here last year. In fact, 22 homes came on the market and sold last year. It was split about 50-50 between townhomes and single-family homes. So 11 townhomes, 11 single-family homes. Now, right on my way over here, when I took the short drive between where we were on the golf course to here, I passed Cook Creek Park and Cook Creek Pool. So it is not like you're taking a long drive, a long jaunt to use the pool, to get to the park, to take family out to use this awesome pool that is run by South Suburban Parks and Rec. All right, next up, we are headed to the creme de la creme of golf course neighborhoods, Heritage Estates. Let's go. What do you think about those views, right? I mean, I feel like I should just be quiet and let you soak it in. We should play some Zen music, maybe watch a really good shot behind me. There's no golfers coming up that I can see, so we'll have to maybe wait on the good shot. But look at those views. And here's the thing. I am at the apex, the top of this beautiful street, Prestwick Lane. There are houses down this street that have these same views. So you could own this view for yourself along with golf it at your every desire. We are in Heritage Estates. As I said, we are in the creme de la creme gated golf course community in Lone Tree. Heritage Estates offers quite a few opportunities every year to purchase a home. There are a good dozen homes that sold over the last year. The nice thing about Heritage Estates is it's really a full lifestyle. With the gated component, with so many of the homes backing to the golf course, you do have the chance to just really watch the golfers, be a part of the golf course, always have that green backyard. As you can see over my shoulder, the chance for mountain views. Not everyone has these. You can actually go a little more south and you're gonna get right toward the open space where you can get some views of the Denver Tech Center, where you're right on the trails toward the bluffs. But it's not just the views. You do have private access to the bluffs. You are walking around and you have views of the Tech Center, you have views of the course, you have views of the mountains. You are just literally minutes, moments away from all the shops, the coffee shops, the retail, nails, Target, groceries, the arts center, the library. You have everything you need so close, and you're in this gated, safe community where you have the ability to just kind of do your own thing. And not just that, all the homes are gorgeous, they're well maintained, they're manicured. It's just a lovely place to be. So most homes in here are 5,000 to 9,000 square feet, but there are outliers up to 12,000 square feet. I mean, there are some massive and gorgeous homes in here. Most homes are gonna have 3 to 4 garage bays, but you can get up to 5 or 6. Over the last year, 1.7 million was the average sold price. The range though is $1.3 to $2.2 million this last year. And that price range is getting you an average size home of 6,000 square feet as well. Now, these are custom homes. It's taken a long time to build out Heritage Estates. The oldest homes are built in the 1980s. The newest homes are built in the early 2010s. As you might imagine, with homes this large, you're getting good lot size. Of course, if you're going to get a custom home in a community like this, you don't want to be squeezed in next to your neighbors. So median lot size is 0.44 acres. That means you've definitely got some that are larger than that. The community does have amenities as well. There is a pool, there is a hot tub, there are tennis courts, and of course you are wrapped around this Arnold Palmer designed golf course. Not every home does back to it. Most homes have a view. There are a couple homes that are kind of wrapped in with neighbors all around them, but most people have a view even if it's across their neighbor's yard. All of this view behind me, the lifestyle, the gate, is currently available for HOA dues of less than $3,000 a year. So much of the determination of a home value here in Heritage Estates is going to be based on location. If you're up on the north end where you're right along Lincoln and you're going to have a lot of road noise, it's going to be a bit lower home price. If you're in an interior lot and you maybe aren't even on the golf course, probably a little bit lower price. When you get something like this, where you're on Prestwick Lane and you have these mountain views, definitely top tier. And then when you go even further south and you're on open space and you maybe have 270-degree views or more, definitely top shelf pricing. But there is a wide range. If it's really all about being in a gated community, top shelf security, you're really not getting past these gates unless you have a gate code. And you want that golf course lifestyle, you want the beautiful custom homes, this is definitely something you should be looking at, and you've got all the conveniences. Okay, we're moving on to other gated communities. We are going to talk about Heritage Hills and Enclave next. Stick with me. All right, we are over in Heritage Hills, which is a gated community, but not a gated golf community. Heritage Estates in Lone Tree is the only gated and golf community that Lone Tree has. But Heritage Hills is a very large community, if you'll remember when we did our overview of Lone Tree. So I wanted to make sure you had a peek inside here. There are kind of two sections of Heritage Hills. There's more of a lower maintenance, small yard, dense area to Heritage Hills, and then the larger lots, more robust, big yard, normal sized yard area of Heritage Hills. That's the bigger section in the community. That's where we're walking around right now. Heritage Hills is considered a custom home community. Many of the homes in here were built by Celebrity Homes. Celebrity builds still over in Pradera, and they actually have just finished up here in Heritage Hills. Homes started to be built here in 1996, and the last homes were built in like 21 and 22. So it's taken a long time to finish out in here, which also means if you're buying a resale home, you're gonna see a lot of variety of style, right? A 1990s home versus a 2020s home, very, very different. Something else to know about Celebrity, they call themselves a custom home builder, and they do have the option to be fully custom, but they're really more of a semi-custom builder. They take a lot of the struggle out of designing the full floor plan, give you several floor plans that are popular, and then give you full customization inside the footprint. So they are really a true semi-custom builder where the footprint is given to you and then you can customize everything inside. So you're going to see a lot of similar floor plans in here, but the interiors are going to be generally very, very different. Now in that dense area that we talked about, lots are going to be very small, but over in this more spacious area, you'll find lots easily up to half an acre. Most of them aren't that large, but you can easily find lots that size. Because of there being those denser lots over here in that denser section, the median lot size in here is only a 1/4 acre. Home sizes range from 3,000 to 8,000 square feet, so there is a wide variety of home size in Heritage Hills. Over the last year, the average price was $1.5 million for an average size home of 5,200 square feet. The price range in here was $1 million to $2.5 million last year though. Currently, I showed it last video, there is a home for sale over $4 million. That would have to be a full custom home, and it still might be a little bit of a stretch for this area. That's more like you would find in Cherry Hills Village. It would be a modest price in Cherry Hills Village, but that's more like you would find in Cherry Hills Village. All right, can you hear the plane? That plane going overhead. So there is some Centennial Airport noise here. This is one of the first spots that we've been touring where we've had some of that noise at a very high level. So something else to consider when you're looking at your neighborhoods. Where do you want to be? We have it in lots of areas. I've talked about it in many videos, many neighborhoods, but in terms of all the areas of Lone Tree that we've been in today, this is the first spot where we've really had to contend with what's going to be polluting your outdoor lifestyle. All right, as I shared, this is a gated community. However, the gates are not closed all day long. Over in Heritage Estates, where I shared, the gate is incredibly secure. You are not getting in without your key card or with a code that's given to your guest. That is not the case here in Heritage Hills. The gate is actually open all day long. Now, nighttime, a little bit different factor, but if you're looking for a place where you feel secure, you feel like you live in a gated community and no one's getting in unless someone says, yes, I know you, you can come in, this is not the place for you. That gate stays wide open all day long. A couple other downsides to Heritage Hills: the community does have on the north edge some homes that back right up to retail. This is actually the edge of Park Meadows, so it tells you proximity-wise how close it is to Park Meadows and the retail area, which is a plus, but for a home to back to that area, not a plus at all. Having viewed those with clients, having toured them, having watched them on the market, they struggle to resell. So just as is always true in real estate, location, 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 you certainly want to buy an interior lot, maybe look for one that backs to a small green belt, but you do not want to have one that backs up to the retail area on the north end. And also there are other parts of the community that back toward Yosemite, that back toward Lincoln. While they're not right on the road, because they did give some buffers, there's still some road noise the closer you are to these major roads. On the plus side, the community has 2 pools, clubhouse and sport courts. It's very family friendly, lots of people out walking dogs. There is a lot of just community life in here, so it is not all downsides. It is a large community, so you can hide if you want, or there's a lot of people to connect with. And incredibly, incredibly conveniently located. You are seconds away from hopping on I-25, and you can walk right over to retail or coffee if you wanted to. There is a subset of Heritage Hills called the Enclave. It is 55 plus. We are headed there now. I'm going to give you a little peek. This little gem is the Enclave. It is part of Heritage Hills, but it is a 55 plus community. These are all ranch style homes. They are single family, so no townhomes. You get all of your space to yourself. All of these great ranch style homes have front porches, really large front porch space, and then you do have a backyard to yourself. The HOA is fantastic. They take care of the yard for you, which means you do not need a lawnmower. They do exterior paint refresh every several years, like 7 or so, I believe is what is currently set in the HOA docs. They do snow removal for you. So it is really very much a low maintenance lifestyle in here. They have concrete tile roofs, which means very long life cycle on the roofs. You do have to take care of the roof yourself. That is not part of HOA maintenance. However, because of the concrete tile roof, it means you have a discount on your homeowner's insurance. The expectation is that typically after a big hailstorm, you are replacing single tiles more often than you are the entire roof, unless they just can't find a good match, which is a huge cost savings, hence the discount. The community has a clubhouse. It is gated. It is right next to all the amenities you would want in terms of shopping, trails, parks, retail. If you have grandkids and live in here, you have really close access to the pool that we talked about at the beginning of the video. Homes in here range from 3,000 to 4,500 square feet, so there is a lot of space to be had. They are going to have basements, which is pretty typical here in Colorado. So you're going to have 2, maybe 3 bedrooms on the upper level, and then if you need more space, you can finish out the basement and put more down there. Most homes come with a 2-car garage. Occasionally you'll find a 3. These were built mostly from 1998 to 2002, so pretty tight window and time frame, and the lot sizes run about 0.15 acres, but again, you're not taking care of it. So you have enough space if you want to plant a few plants or garden. I did see somebody tending to a tomato garden. So you do have a little autonomy to do what you wish in the yard, but they will take care of the mowing and most of that yard maintenance for you. Average price in here over the last year, $915,000 for an average size of 3,900 square feet. And the range has been $800,000 to $1.1 million. I just quickly toured a home in here, and it was one that backs right up to Yosemite because the entrance to the community is right off the main road. It did have a lot of road noise. So if you're someone who doesn't plan to go outside and sit in the backyard, that might be okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna guess that you would prefer a more interior lot. I'm interior right now. I hear nothing. It's pretty quiet, lovely, and so there is a lot to be said about being in here with this ranch style living. It's gated, convenient to everything, the big front porch, the nice space in the back, and just generally almost no maintenance. Lock and leave lifestyle in a single family home community. All right, that wraps up our golf course and gated lifestyle living in Lone Tree. We have open space and walkable coming up next. Make sure you stay tuned. And if you want to chat more about Lone Tree or just, moving to Denver in general, please reach out. I always love to chat, and I will see y'all next week.